Ava Kris Tyson, born July 1st, 1996, formerly known as Kris, is someone that needs no introduction. Ava has worked alongside MrBeast and has been a part of the brand for many years now, and it's unfortunate to say, but it looks like Ava is a monster herself. Many screenshots and allegations have popped up with Ava allegedly grooming a 14-year-old, and the evidence is damning. It's unclear when all of this initially broke out, but we're going to start from the loli angle and work up to the worst allegations. In case you aren't into anime culture, there's a certain degenerate subculture of general anime fondness that's known as Lolicon. Now, I've seen a surprising amount of misinformation around what is a loli. So to set the record straight, a loli is a young girl or childlike young woman. A lolicon is a PDF file. It translates to, quote, a obsession with young girls. End quote. With that being said, some lolis are actually much older than they look, and others not so much. Take Biscuit Kruger for example. She looks 10+2 here, but she's actually 57. Her true form reflects her age. Meanwhile, a character like Melty is around 10+0, and there's no confusion around her age whatsoever. Kris Tyson loves lolis. This puts her in a category of lolicon in a quite literal sense. She's even posted some tweets that are incredibly questionable on their own. It's important to note that the idea of a loli is usually in a suggestive or even explicit understanding. Simply put, a lot of this type of art ends up looking like animated CP because of the character's appearance regardless of their true age. This is why most people think it's weird and shouldn't exist at all. Me personally, I prefer the mom category of animated explicit content, but to each their own. This moves us into the Shadman side of things. Kris and Shadman are associated with one another. I know some people have speculated on whether or not they even knew each other, or if Kris was just a fan of Shad's work. No, they are most definitely friends. And here's where the problem first pops up. Shadman is an erotic loli artist. Shadman's art is actually heavily judged, even on sites like 4chan, where it's normal to be edgy. To be clear, Shadman still has a following to this day on Twitter. I mean, X. But many people do not like Shadman or what he stands for, and it's not just because of his loli artwork. Shadman has made certain erotic depictions of real life cupcakes before, the most notable of which is Keemstar's daughter. Keemstar has reached out to Kris about having this association, and Kris failed to denounce or even comment on Shadman doing this kind of art. Kris Tyson supported the cartoon CP artist Shadman that drew my daughter at age 8 in a explicit manner. This is a known fact. Privately, me and Kris Tyson even had a conversation about this roughly a month ago, and it still upsets me. This is not misinformation. This is a fact. r/YouTube drama post, it says, while there's a lot of T-phobic BS that should be debunked, Kris Tyson was still a massive Shadman fan, even commissioning art from him, which made a cameo in one of MrBeast's videos. She is not as clean as a lot of y'all would like her to be. And then the mods is just like, this is misinformation. There's no evidence. Yeah, there's no actual evidence that Kris Tyson commissioned that piece. It just is evidence that Kris Tyson bought that piece, and that it's in display in her home. Alright, that's about it. Also, I've seen some people claim that just because MrBeast saw this artwork in a room during filming on a video a long time ago, that it suddenly makes him in full support of Shadman. That is ridiculous. Even in this video alone, it's clear he's taken aback from noticing it on the wall. So I'm not sure if I can actually show this picture, but yeah, so this is a tweet from Kris Tyson. She says, bonus fidget spinners to really throw in some extra autism at Shadbase. And that's the picture that was actually on the wall in the MrBeast video. And yeah, this is Shadman's artwork, and I'm not even gonna read what it says. This entire thing is just insane, but that is clearly a depiction of a younger girl because of the braces the teddy bear earring and stuff, and it just looks like it's not somebody who's of age and that character depiction, but it is what it is, right? I just want to point out, not enough people, if anyone, has pointed out the Jlullaby connection. Kris Tyson isn't just replying to some random person. She's replying to a loli artist who has drawn loli and zoophilia artwork on Shadman's website. Remember this when growing up? Me too. Check it out. Shadbase. And then it's Kris at the bottom. Help, I need an adult. I don't even think that the loli angle is actually bad. Her associating with Shadman, that loli artist specifically, is bad because Shadman has drawn actual real people's
cupcakes
in an erotic fashion, okay? And that's as descriptive as I can get without it getting demonetized. Despite this, a couple of ex-MrBeast members have stepped out and denounced the brand's practices. So yeah, Jake Franklin says Jimmy knew, and I'm not sure exactly what this means. I mean, like, what did Jimmy know? Did he know that Kris Tyson had these allegations against him and they were just trying to like keep it on the down low? Because there's literally an entire company behind Jimmy, okay? Jimmy, he just can't act on his own as an individual anymore. Some people have to understand that he's the face of an entire multi-million-dollar brand.
I'm outside MrBeast studio right now. Here's a cornfield. I'll explain that tomorrow. I've just been driving by looking to see, you know, is there an FBI raid going on? What's happening? My name's Dawson. I worked at MrBeast from February to May of this year, 2024. Kris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says MrBeast knew, yeah, MrBeast knew. I heard many times that Ava, Kris Tyson, is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action and she knows too much. And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything MrBeast has done. Amazon, if you can get your money back, get your money back.
Okay, so now he's trying to ruin his Amazon deal. All right.
There's just nothing here.
There's nothing here that says that this is a legitimate video.
That there's actually something substantial behind whatever this guy is saying. It just looks like a clout chase grab. If you're going to claim that there's some terrible stuff going on, all right? And I think he already violated the non-disclosure agreement. We have no idea. Maybe he's telling the truth. We have no idea. He literally is not telling us anything. This has to be the most vague, ambiguous thing ever. And with this, Jake the Viking released this tweet saying Tyson deleted all tweets over a month ago. And just says, from Keemstar, Kris Tyson from MrBeast deletes all tweets. Interesting stuff. Now it says July 22nd, but Keemstar didn't even realize that it had been over a month before that happened, which implies that Kris probably saw the Prism video. That was the whole initial expose that people didn't really catch on to a month ago. And she was like, oh, Jesus. Sneako says something. Here's what Sneako says.
I remember Kris saying that Bad Baby Cash Me Outside. Remember, she's made about $55 million. One of the bad reflection of American culture. The day she turned 18, all the simps came out of the woodworks to go subscribe to this. It shows like how disgusting explicit is, which is just prostitution. But I remember when I was working for MrBeast, like in that time, in 2017, 2018, I remember Kris saying like, isn't she hot? Isn't like Cash Me Outside? Isn't she like, yeah, it's jailbait. And I'm like, what? I had never heard somebody say that. That was the first time where somebody unironically said that. And that's how I know that rots people's brains. It's like, that's got to be from somebody who was watching anime, was watching all that stuff, was chronically online. Like, to have that terminology, to communicate that. And then when it ends up that this guy becomes a woman, I'm like, that it makes sense.
Now, if this story is true, obviously that is a bad look for Kris Tyson. We don't know if this is true, 100%. We know that Sneako has kind of a vendetta against MrBeast because MrBeast literally fired him. Sneako was just not performing the way that he was supposed to be performing. These are Sneako's words, by the way. Sneako said it himself, okay? So I'm not putting any words into his mouth. And now with that being said, let's go into the main allegations. You don't want anything expensive for your birthday? I could spoil you. I don't know. It's fine. Look at my snap. Okay. And they scroll up a little bit. I could give you anything. We could play Fortnite. I beat you last time. Laughing emoji. Laughing emoji. Nothing. How's the video turning out? Ava says good. Then links a video. Says I opened up a free bank by MrBeast. I barely got screen time. I wish you could see me more. Now, to be frank, okay, this sounds like they're in a relationship. There's something here, all right? Just going off of what I'm reading here, it just sounds like what you would read from a relationship. Laughing emoji. I wish I was in the video. Me too. It's too soon though. I could introduce you to everyone when you get a little older. Yeah, that would be awesome. Your birthday is coming up, isn't it? Yeah, December the 2nd. You're turning 14. I don't know where the party will be at. My mom is still deciding. What do you want? I could give you anything. And then it goes back to we could play Fortnite and stuff like that. So, in terms of this message here, we're going to go back to, I could introduce you to everyone when you get a little older. That is completely inappropriate. 100%. You should not be talking to anybody who is under the age of 18 like this. Yeah, this is just a weird look. A grown person interacting with a younger person who's turning 14, which means they were 13 at the time that these messages were being produced. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. All right. If there's a question of whether or not there's a kid and the kid's going to be in a video, that could be handled in a much better way than one person lightly teasing and of course making flirtatious jokes, joking about sending explicit, all sorts of stuff. All right. It's not good at all. This is unacceptable. 100%. And then there's a few more messages I'll just go ahead and read. Kris says, look at my snap. They say, okay. We've been here for a while now. I'm tired. Texting you is the only thing keeping me awake right now. When you leave, we could play Fort or Minecraft. Ava says, I love you. She has a emoji. I meant I love playing Minecraft with you. And Lava says, yeah, me too. Unacceptable! Yeah. I mean, you guys already know this is, she's flirting with a 100%. It's not, there's no question about it. This is flirtatious stuff with somebody who's explicit. This is another video. This video just proves that this is Ava Kris Tyson. So these are real messages. These actually were sent by Kris Tyson to somebody who is under the age of 18, under the age of 16, under the age of 15, under the age of 14. Okay, these are real messages, 100%. All right, there's no denying that. And it's just a message that says, I would like to stay anonymous, but Kris Tyson was texting me back in 2020 when I was 14. I'm 18 now. I commented on one of his tweets. He saw it and messaged me. When I was young, I couldn't see how he was and manipulating me, but looking back at it, I can see. Now, it's unclear who is saying this because Lava is pretty adamant about it not being a situation. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Now, if this is Lava, this is a message from Lava. Okay, I'm not saying that it is, but if. And then Lava did that switch, there could have been hush money involved. All right, allegedly. All right, allegedly. All right, I'm just saying. All right. Now, there's no proof that this is Lava. So take that with a grain of salt. We're going to move on to these Snapchat messages. I'm reading every single one of them too, because, you know, people are like, they kind of rush through these messages. I'm not doing that. I don't do that. All right. Kris Tyson at the top. Kris says, Ben stepped up, LOL. And then Kris says, thanks dad, LOL. Keep in mind that Lava is like 14 at the time. So it's just kind of a shorthand of daddy. Why are you calling a 14-year-old daddy? Who knows? But anyways, she sent something else. It says, keep it a secret though, LOL. This person goes ahead and just proves that this is a real account for Kris Tyson. This is really Kris Tyson. Hey, I don't know if you heard about my bathwater prank and how crazy it's gone, but my stock is actually sold out at the moment. Rather than bringing it back, I'm actually looking to bottle a whole bath on video into a giant tub and ship it to whoever buys it. 20 grand. I just wanted to reach out in advance because I know this is the kind of content MrBeast does. Just to give you a heads up, let me know if this is something that might interest him. Thanks, Belle. Now this could actually be Belle Delphine, all right? It looks like Kris is showing off this as a potential video idea. She scrolls up a little bit. They send something here, some type of song from SoundCloud. It doesn't exist anymore. It's gone now. It's completely just nuked off the planet, all right? There's some type of picture of somebody in a shiesty, but it's from Kris. Kris says, "I'll email you my PC, LOL. Yeah, lol. Are you really? Haha." Kris says, "Walmart, LOL. True. Vine God." And this is a Vine of Kris doing something. And Kris says, "Haha. When it's your wedding, you can do what you want, LOL. This is the best Snapchat I've ever seen. Of course, Dad." Kissing emoji, kissing emoji. Now it looks like this person quite literally removed all of their messages from Snapchat, or maybe they never saved it in the first place. So it kind of looks like Kris has been talking to herself.
No, dude, I would explicit side of that egg and then watch her eat it, and then watch her have explicit another man while she comments about how my.
You know what? Forget it.
All right. On second listen, I can't actually give you guys that audio, at least not without heavily censoring it. So whatever you just heard is the heavily censored version that I can give you on YouTube. But aside from that, I can't give you the real one. We have, you know, the MrBeast team with Lava in the middle. Lava is blurred out because Lava is not an adult in this picture, but this was back when Lava was 16 with his parents. Okay, his people were there, but he was inside the woods with the MrBeast team with this knowledge that Kris has been messaging Lava for such a long time before this even happened, since they were
Cupcake?
Yeah, dude, that's just Lava says, "I love how I set that embed up so it shows you looking
Explicit.
This is a bad way to hide your H. At Kris02.
And then another tweet directly to Kris saying, "Will you be my Valentine?" back in 2020. And then it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Another thread from Lava, this time on Discord, says, "I drove from West Virginia to North Carolina. I'm sitting in a camper in the woods right now. Carl is amazing, and that is a fact. True. He hugged me before Kris managed to." Now, there's no allegations that's saying that Carl is a bad person, so I'm not going to even go into Carl, but it's not looking good. Again, it's not looking good.
I really enjoy playing Fortnite. Would you guys want to watch me stream?
Please stream again.
Thanks, Dad. You want to moderate it?
I get weird snap from Kris.
Coming to America.
He's a different man off camera, is all I can say.
And for the record, now we're going to cover Lava's side of things. So here's a picture, says, "Thank you for your time, all the best, Oliver. The allegations are completely untrue. The person who made that up did it to create some fake narrative. There was never any wrongdoing. Thank you, Lava. Can you guys help me counter all these lies? Kris's messages to me were sent in public Discord servers and groups, but everyone is framing it as if it was one-on-one. Kris literally did nothing wrong." I do want to at least say that the first initial messages that we saw with Snapchat and the Twitter DMs, yeah, that is one-on-one, was not on Discord at all. So it's unclear if those were Lava's messages. I mean, the ages line up, the timeline lines up. So Lava might just be lying here, because we do have proof that says completely otherwise. This is verifiable proof that says literally the opposite of what Lava is saying here. So I'm not sure what Lava is getting at, but here's another tweet from Lava. "I am not a victim, and I'm not backpedaling any statements I have already made. Everything I have stated is still very true. Nothing bad happened between me and Kris. People are creating lies around my name. Yesterday, while under a lot of stress from trying to get my story out as quickly as possible, I made a mistake and included 2 videos in the tweet that had nothing to do with my situation. Here are the correct videos, and these should be taken down. I apologize to the creators of the original videos and the first screenshots. At Achitu and Not Census Society." He tags the Kris Tyson talked inappropriately to a 10 plus 3-year-old by Prism, and this other video by Brion. Going off of the messages between Lava and Kris, there was obviously a very inappropriate relationship between them that shouldn't have never happened. Lava was nowhere close to being an adult when they first started their initial interaction. So that's the issue, okay? That basically just, it just forms a picture of, all right? It literally is 100%, all right? We look up the definition of, I'm going to go a little unhinged right now because I feel like this is kind of, it's pissing me off a little bit. Let's do it. Is when someone builds a relationship, trust, and emotional connection with a or young person so they can manipulate, exploit, and
explicit
and young people who are groomed can be
explicit,
exploited, or trafficked. Anyone can be a no matter the age, gender, or race. Okay, that's the exact definition of. All right, Kris Tyson, this dude, 100%. Okay, that is not even a question. We have the proof.
Now, whether or not Lava feels like something terrible happened, and that's not a part of his truth,
that's a different question. Okay, that's a different question. But from what we can see, an inappropriate relationship with a minor happened between Kris Tyson and Lava. Okay, sharing prawn, allegedly sending
explicit,
talking lovey-dovey to each other since the age of 13. That's weird, and you've continued it for 7 years. That's weird. That is weird. I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. I want to add, I never one. That is false. That is categorically false. Allegedly. Right? I gotta say allegedly. You know, you make up your own minds, all right? Forget what I'm saying. This is how I feel about the situation. You can make up your own minds about it. How about I say that, all right? I want to add, I never anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava, has vocally supported that they are false. Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. Now that makes sense because why would you say otherwise, right? Kris Tyson also confirmed their Reddit username, TysonBoy34. Read the Reddit post for yourself. All this stuff has been deleted just like Kris Tyson's entire Twitter history, but we still have copies. Alrighty, so Kris Tyson says the old me was a F slur too. It literally says TysonBoy34. And Josh says, what am I even looking at? You started and now you don't want to see the F slur. STFU. I'm confused. Is that supposed to be Kris? Me 10 years ago, doing what I did every day, hiding in my room so I could present the way I felt. Because when I was outed years before, I was taught my life would be over if I didn't stop, so I hid it for the next 10 years. You have no idea what I went through to stand here. And wow, so that's basically saying, Kris Tyson here is saying that she has been hiding her secret for over 10 years, since 2015. Now, I do want to at least say that, you know, since Kris is gay or LGBTQ, she is technically within her right to say the F slur, but us straight people have to really watch out for that word, all right? So I'm not taking those chances. Not doing that. You're not going to be catching me lacking or slipping out here in these YouTube streets, okay? All right. The joke is that Shadman makes prawn out of anything. Tyson says, it ain't prawn unless it got a shepanus. Then another user says r/shepanus girls. Tyson says, ah, yes, this will make a fine addition to my collection. For fuck's sake, man. This is TysonBoy34. This is one of Kris Tyson's accounts. In North Carolina, the rule is if the minor is 16 or 17, then the other person has to be within 5 years within his age. So a 16-year-old can only be with a 21-year-old at the highest. But then, once you turn 18, it doesn't matter. Ava grew up in North Carolina, so there's a lot of things here to overlap to substantiate that this was Ava's old Reddit account. And yes, that is true. This is actually very true. In North Carolina, this can actually happen, which is one of the reasons as to why a lot of the time with these underground rappers, if I just go back to some of my previous work on this channel, these underground rappers, it's sometimes a murky understanding of whether or not they are actually doing something illegal or not. But this is called the Romeo and Juliet clause for North Carolina. Ava did grow up in North Carolina, so I mean, it does check out. Alrighty, cool. Any confirmation Tyson boy is her? And they say, yes, so through some personal sleuthing, I've come across this TikTok post by Ava, her dog, Chief, on the Kris_the meme god account. The Tyson Boy 34 account has made posts on r/aw about a dog they got a few years earlier, also called Chief. Ava's old YouTube account was also called Tyson Boy 34. I also believe her Twitch account, now since deleted, was also called Tyson Boy 34, judging by how there are dead links to that channel, all referring to Ava on Twitter. For instance, Lavags, the supposed groomed minor, according to the expose video, added at Tyson Boy 34's Twitch channel back in 2016 here on Twitter. And here we have another weird and creepy kind of post by Tyson Boy 34. This was 6 years ago. She says, but you can still get teen love. 14-year-olds always stay 14. And then there's a little Lenny face. Now, this could be a complete joke, as most people are pretty edgy growing up in their pitiful, miserable teen edgy lives. And here's another Reddit thread from Tyson Boy 34 9 years ago. You should check Real Cat Girls with an S in front of the cat. And then Tyson Boy 34 says, I think D for my new fetish. So, you know, it could just be like a weird thing, but I mean, it exists, so we're going to talk about it. And this is the most egregious thing she has ever said on her Reddit, or at least from what we know of, okay? It says, why the F would you use your VR headset for anything other than 3D loli gang prom? And, yeah, so, you know, she's clearly into that, and, you know, that is on the internet. So that exists and that happened. Moving on. It can never just be the allegation. It has to be like, this person is also terrible because of these other ways. And this is one of them. So we're just going to get into the most egregious one to our Black African American community. What?
Explicit.
So if you didn't just hear what happened, let me repeat that. What? All right. So if you use your hearing ears, your listening ears, Kris Tyson just said, he said the N-word, hard R, and somebody puts in this super loud Vine boom sound that nearly takes out your eardrums. All right. Anyways, MrBeast is on live. This is what he says in response to Kris Tyson saying the N-word, hard R, live stream.
You do know I'm watching this for 10 hours straight on a live stream. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the N-word.
Well, you just said the N-word.
But I'm not relevant.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess you can say the N-word.
This is actually, ironically, but this is MrBeast giving out the N-word pass to a white person that just said the hard R. All right? But no, in all seriousness, it's not a good look. Let's move on to the next thing. All right. This is where all the white women will be very angry. Okay. So at least we'll have them on our side.
How's it going, you guys? So recently everybody's been hearing about the Jeanette McCurdy leak of her photo. What the story is, she sent pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out. And she is a very popular Nickelodeon star on the show iCarly, and probably be seen as the pulling of the show. It'll probably be taken off the air. Second off, you'll probably see the photos get taken down at some point tonight, maybe tomorrow, because Nickelodeon has that kind of power. But the links in the description if you want to see them. I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's private business, but I know that you know, people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it. First off, what I have to say, though, is that when you look on the news, you see people, they've leaked from their girlfriend at a high school, and that girl herself. It's a tragic story. Everybody calls the guy a bully. But, yeah, when people like Perez Hilton do it, it's considered entertainment. So you kind of have to think about...
Okay. So he continues on for a little bit. You should not be platforming revenge porn. Kris, basically, he's reposting a 4chan thread. It says, objectively, the easiest way to prevent a R is to start consenting. And that's yeah, this is as descriptive as I can get with that specific message. So SunnyV2 made a video titled "Why Kris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for MrBeast," and MrBeast had replied to this video way before the allegations have came out. He said, "Yeah, this is getting absurd. Kris isn't my nightmare. He's my effing friend and things are fine. All this T-phobia is starting to piss me off." This makes complete sense. I mean, obviously, why would he denounce Kris at that point? Of course, SunnyV2 was kind of right. He has become a nightmare for the entire MrBeast brand. So, just something to take note of. When I was 16, I asked MrBeast, "How hard do you want it, Jimmy?" 68 million people have seen this. MrBeast finally put out an official statement, and he says, "Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings." And this is probably the best official statement that I've seen in a long time, especially when it comes to serious allegations like this, so props to MrBeast. So, Lava just released a clarification. We're going to go ahead and read it. "Based on the recent screenshots and messages, I would like to say a statement about the Discord. This was 5 or 6 years ago, and I thought I had a good memory of situation, but I was wrong. After reading the chat logs, this stuff was inappropriate and wrong. I spoke based on my memory of the situation, and I still do not remember these conversations, but they definitely happened. These conversations should not have happened with people at the age I was at the time. I strongly condemn them. I still believe I am not a victim, but these conversations should have never happened with me and other explicit in the Discord. I was a minor in this situation and not the adult influencer who shouldn't have allowed this to happen. I did not see this wrong at the time. Clarification, this is only related to the Discord server and not any other statements I have made regarding Ava Tyson. When referring to this situation, I'm talking solely about the Discord server. I still stand by this." Now, this doesn't technically make sense because some of the stuff he's saying just isn't adding up, or maybe it's like he's missing a part, like he omitted some information or something. You'll see in a second. Again, I let a lot of people do a lot of things, okay? I don't really judge you for doing most things, all right? If you're gonna be into lolis and go down that path or whatever, I know a few people who are into lolis and stuff, and they're completely fine human beings. They've never done anything weird around children or anything like that, to my knowledge, okay? But yeah, they're great people, and they would never do something like this, I don't think, all right? Jesus, that would be a tough video to make, all right? My friend, I caught doing this and I should have known the signs. That would be terrible, all right? I appreciate everyone taking this tweet as me talking about everything I have stated about Ava Tyson. It is not. This is only about the Discord logs, and the reason I spoke on my memory being bad is I have thousands of conversations in this Discord. I did not speak to Ava 24/7, even before the Discord server. We spoke a few times a week, and that's why I'm able to remember what actually happened between me and her. I still believe the other allegations deserve to be investigated. I'm not defending the actions of Ava. Also, the great cleansing is not related to original cleaning the Discord statement Nathan made, and he knows that. This great cleansing was years after the server went public. We were talking about scrubbing any word that might be against TOS so we could get a Discord partnership. This includes words like boomer, prawn, C-word, and others. Below is more logs from that Discord confirming that. I still do not remember the not safe for work channel stuff, but it's been proven to have existed from logs. So I'm just gonna read it really quickly. Commence the cleansing of the Discord, search every kind of bad word in every known chat, delete every instance of it at demi-mods. Unless it's a bot log, yeah, everything needs gone, correct. Unless it's a bot log or something in rules, the server is going to be spotless and ready for partnership. Bot logs don't matter. I don't think they would, because that's how we can go back and check stuff, but it does show it was deleted. LMFAO, I think we can say gay, just not using it in an insulting way whatsoever. That's funny. I just asked Lava that chat, WTF. I wonder why partner stuff is so strict. This. So what are we exactly doing? No bad words, explicit stuff, etc.? I'm at work. I can't read through. I just wanted a quick run through. I can't go through and delete stuff, but we are super filtering chat now. I gotta read the new TOS. Oh, they updated. Explicit stuff is fine, just not overly explicit. Are bad words completely banned? Lava, should we ban like explicit, prawn, and S-word at LavaGS? Like, not have them get in trouble, just have the bot auto-delete? Yeah. It also says you can't even jokingly bully someone, LOL. I mean, I don't know, it's considered slang and it's a meme. Delete it and inform them. Don't worm, I'll check back in when I'm off work to make sure I understand. Same thing, delete and inform. That's what it's gonna be with most weird TOS things. So any bad word gets deleted and warned? No. Words like boomer and overly explicit words like probably C-word and prawn, I don't know, but just delete and tell them not to say it. No warns. Boomer? What's wrong with boomer? This. You know you live in a terrible world when boomer is a banned word. Mods, if you guys need me to increase the timer for chat, let me know. The whole English thing is getting out of hand. Guys, I think you can chill with that. And this is between LavaGS, Still Not Nate, Helizi, Fabric, Demo LS, and then Grill Jedi. So when we read this, when we read these logs, it doesn't make any sense what he's saying about, like, it's not referring to Ava because these seem pretty tame. So maybe he's talking about other logs or something, but I'm not sure what's going on. But something doesn't make sense here. Like, why would he put out this statement here and connect it with this? This doesn't make any sense, but maybe I'm just missing something. I don't know.
Kris Tyson from MrBeast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. I was actually friends with LavaGS at the time, who is the main victim of Kris that everyone has been talking about these last few days, who claims he isn't a victim, but we all know he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for MrBeast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join MrBeast Gaming himself, Lava. He's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me. Me and him were both initially involved in running Kris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them.
Nate's calling me. Hey, what's up? You're on stream.
You just leave your address, please, end your stream. As well as other technical back-end things that he needed help with. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway, and Kris invited him after that, and Kris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Garry's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber MrBeast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Kris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up explicit topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different explicit videos throughout the time of me talking with him. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public. So when it was just a private server, his little circle of and he would use this NSFW bot to spam different explicit images alongside all these 15-year-olds. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old, even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see that he was spamming explicit.
Yes, I know him. A lot of the statements he made in that video about me are completely untrue. I was friends with him, we played games together and worked on the Discord. He was later removed from the Discord because of how unstable he was. He would lash out and verbally A other members of the team. I never sent him any contract and I have not been under any NDA since 2022. I have not received any payment nor any of my socials monetized. I did inform him that he might be offered a job to help work in Minecraft videos around the time I was, but this never happened. We did not scrub the Discord clean of racist remarks or prawn. We did convert the Discord from a private one to a public in a day after it had been made public. This involves setting up moderation bots and channel permissions. We also have never done unpaid work. At no point was there any agreement that we should be paid for anything we worked on. Nathan has since deleted his Discord messages between me and him. He also deleted his original Discord account. Nathan was more involved with Jake the Viking. Here's a video with Nathan in it and being tagged as the editor. Video edited by Nate Wayman. Looks like he is telling some factual truth. I'm not sure if everything is true, but it is what it is. Actually, I left the server on my own accord. Yes, I was unstable. Yes, I lashed out on people. However, I was never removed by anyone. I left the server because it was a toxic dumpster of Discord mods running around yelling at each other. Also, you did send me a contract. You literally sent me a MrBeast gaming contract and told me I would have to sign an NDA. Also, at which point I cut ties with you. The server was scrubbed days before going public. Many people know about this. We literally had to use the Discord search feature to search for slurs and delete them, and remove the not safe for work bot and channel. This is all real truth. Lava is trying to backpedal and cover for them hard. And, you know, there's just some people, you know, call in question as to whether or not he's telling the truth. It is very hard to know if he's telling the truth or not. But Trey Yates says, I was one of the leads for MrBeast Gaming. I know who was sent a contract and who wasn't. I have never heard of this Nathan guy, and he was never sent a contract. There's a reason he's not showing receipts for it. They don't exist. Somebody says they have some type of receipts. Lock the Pronthed 2. There would need to be lots of change before Beast server goes public. What thread? In my opinion, not safe for work. We did that. How many effing times do I have to say it's locked? LMFAO. Situation has been handled correctly. Never call my staff members A-words. I know who I put in the position. It's cause the app on my Mac, but the Discord app won't update. That's Chandler the God, and that's some... Jesus. We can at least confirm that he was a part of the Discord and stuff. He's in the logs as shown by Lava. So maybe Trey just wasn't a part of any of the Discord stuff, so that's why I never heard of him. I'm his sibling. He, and yes, I used the correct, technically incorrect, but whatever, pronoun, told me that he got fully aroused when he secretly stole my female clothes and put them on. He's deluded and disturbed, and it's 100% a fetish. He's narcissistic, and professionals have told him he needs a full psych eval. Now, this is just T-phobia. I'm just going to be straight out with it. I mean, I have seen the leaks. While not as nearly damning as everyone thought they would be, there's a few individuals in the leaks who deserve to be investigated. One named Milk, who was an IRL friend of Kris, and the same age as them, was someone me and I'm Brain Freak grew to despise, and I'm sure he will agree with me on that. He was a disturbed individual, and we fought tooth and nail with Kris to get him banned, which did eventually happen. I encourage you all to read them thoroughly. I at one point was an edgy teenage Gmod kid and said some weird stuff to be jokes. I also had very right-leaning views. I joined the Discord to work on it, what I believe around Christmas 2017, early 2018. My memory from this Discord is very limited and only remember major events. I wasn't involved in the Not Safe for Work channel, as you can tell from the leaks, which is probably why I don't remember it. 2021 was the last time I was ever affiliated with anyone from MrBeast, and only recently came into contact again so I could be put into contact with Drama Alert. There was some strange conversation that happened. I'm honestly glad these leaks came out, as they show a very different time of the internet. Hopefully these leaks can be an effective piece of evidence for the third-party investigation at MrBeast has hired. I again am stating that I personally am not a victim, but there are many other allegations, Shadman, SA, victims, etc. have seen that I strongly condemn and hope they are investigated and the proper action is taken. I thank those who reached out to check on me, and I word for those who reached out and said some heinous stuff in my DMs. I thank I'm Brain Freak and his team for releasing these leaks, because they can definitely be a useful tool for investigations. For those thinking I was paid off or forced to sign an NDA regarding this, that would be very irrational for anyone to do. Thank you for all your concern about me, but please direct your attention to the other allegations, especially the new SA allegations that have come out. They need to be investigated by the proper authorities as soon as possible. I am just as distraught as the rest of you. Please do not read this message as me defending anything in the Discord. As stated, they deserve to be investigated. So like Lava said, I'm Brain Freak just leaked all of these Discord DMs on his page. These are the Discord DMs. If you click on the link, this is what happens. This is where you get to, and there's just a lot to go through. It would take me hours to do this. So in next video, if this video does very well, next video after the Zillakami video, I'll probably read some of these logs and stuff. Pokimane says, I don't know all the details regarding the Ava situation, but I want to make it clear. Any inappropriate behavior towards is unacceptable, regardless of who you are. It's a shame that people will see this as an opportunity to attack the T community as a whole. One person's actions does not reflect on every single T person, so please don't view it that way. Now, I actually do agree with Pokimane here. The T community should not be something that's viewed either negatively or positively due to an extremist, okay? Even an extreme good or an extreme bad, okay? Both sides of the spectrum, okay? There could be a person who's just like MrBeast in terms of philanthropy and the T community. It shouldn't have an effect on everybody else on the T community, all right? They should all be looked at as individual humans because they are individual people.
First things first, Sneako was right. That's first of all. Second of all, bro, I do want to say one thing that's insane. Why are all these creators so scared to talk about Kris Tyson, but they were so easy to talk about Dr. Disrespect? That just doesn't make any sense to me, bro. Don't say GG's chat. It shouldn't affect anything about the new direction we're going. But come on, I'm being real. Why are so many creators scared to tweet and talk about it, but they were so quick to put all these tweets about Dr. Disrespect? It's just insane. It's like, obvious, chat, what's going on here. If you know, you know. But like, dude, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. No. I know. That's why I really fuck with XQC. X made a tweet, and X is not with the bullshit either. X is one person that's fair. He likes consistency. It doesn't matter who you are, your sexuality, your race, your gender. It don't matter. If somebody's called out for being a diddler, they're a fucking diddler. Oh, and there was more proof on Kris than there was on Dr. Disrespect. Like, come on, I'm not saying too wrong. I'm not defending Disrespect. He's a diddler. But I'm just saying, like, there's literally more. Bro, I'm watching clips, bro. I'm like, what the fuck am I hearing right now, bro? Snapchat messages and shit. Like, it's just fucking crazy, bro.
Valkyrae says, I'm still in the process of moving, so I haven't been able to fully keep up, but in the meantime, since I've been tagged a bunch, PDF files equal bad. T does not equal PDF file. The actions of one T person does not mean all. Sucks to see so many anti-T people act as if it does. I'm hoping Ava speaks up. Dr. D is still gross. Lastly, to the that only tagged Pokey and I to speak up even though everybody did after D did himself, you're weird. Focus your hate towards the PDF files for once. Lastly, the one thing that I do want to see from these people in these communities, I want them to at least acknowledge that what Ava has allegedly done is pretty terrible. All right, is pretty terrible. And there's evidence that literally proves that Ava has done certain things in regards to interacting with this. You can be hypercritical of that. You do not have to hide and turtle away because Ava is a T person. This is the opposite of the initial issue that we all have when it comes to people being hypercritical of T people or any other community, okay? You need to treat these people as people, all right? Meaning they can be good and they can be bad. We can speak for them, and it's important to speak for them and to call out people who are speaking against them just because of their identity. But it's also equally as important to speak against them when they're doing some f***ed up shit. Stop playing these favorites, okay? I hate seeing this. It does not help anybody. It actually makes a bunch of the people who are neither here nor there just looking from the outside in, they're looking at it and they're going, oh, this is a clown show, because you're not even acknowledging how terrible this person is just because they align themselves with this group. If Kris wasn't trans, in a world where Kris never became trans, was never gay, was just a straight man, all right? In that world where Kris never transitioned, all right? I bet you these people would have a completely different tone. They would literally be putting Kris down right now. There would be no debate whatsoever. Kris would be put down, and rightly so. So I just want to see more of that, all right?
Niggas is outside. What's up?
Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Review the information, come to your own conclusions, all right? This is a discussion first and foremost, all right? Again, this is all alleged stuff. I gotta repeat that a billion times because this is really serious stuff and I don't want to get sued. Anyways, this has been Actually Evil. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.